UwU Cats. You've probably heard of them if you've been in the community enough. Associated with heat and all that is gacha cringe. So, have you ever stopped to wonder where they come from? Well, I have, and I realize I actually know where they came from. Well, not entirely, but I have somewhat of an idea. So, sit back, get a bucket of bleach, and fasten your seatbelts because we are going to find out the history of the UwU Cat. Alright. This is 2019 Gacha we're talking about, so I have to look like this. So, if you were around during this time in the Gacha community, you would have known that romance mini-movies were, huge. I'd say that there were more of them than every single hated child combined back then. And they were so redundant. Girl's first day at school, meets boy, makes friends, has to fight brat in order to get boy, angst, misconception, but they finally get together, and it all turns out this is all a flashback with the boy saying, and that's how I met your mother. So, pretty standard stuff. Then there were also the gay mini-movies, which were basically those, but the main character, instead of being a girl, was a boy. So it was basically just the same thing, but the main character was the boy. And because of this, stuff happened. Stuff like the boy having the exact same personality as the UwU cookie girl of the time. Keep that in mind. They were also usually very feminine because I believe that is a very popular gay stereotype. So they were usually short and mostly wore pink and wore dresses and skirts. A lot. Keep this in mind. This will come back later. Okay, before we continue, I'd just like to mention that a lot of romance mini-movies back then, the straight ones and the gay ones alike, they usually had 13 plus scenes in them, which by today's standards would be considered heat, and we would all be spamming the comments with "Stop Gacha Heat" if these were released today. So, again, keep that in mind. What was that? Anyways, so this is around the Gacha life mini-movies in a nutshell, if I were in this and this mini-movie. And people were like, what we did before was just weird. We should mock it. They made them entirely pink. They made them so obsessed with cookies. They took the heat thing, they ran with it, and they just started mocking it and ooh, look, we did 13 plus scenes, how cringe. And then the heaters were like, oh, okay, this is our mascot now. So, yeah, that's the history of the UwU Cat. This was a whole joke trip and a half to record, but I will be doing a series of history of this and this stereotype, or whatever the hell I'm gonna call it, so suggestions, please. Thanks. Bye.